guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy King Sinbad. But as always guys, you can call me Sin. And a happy Thanksgiving to all of you guys. Hope you guys are having a great day with that. Alright guys, I got a part 2 to what if Naruto was Orochimaru's son. Now, a lot of you guys were asking me in the last video in the comment section down below why I put siblings. Well, so this way it gives Naruto a reason to hate. And here's the reason why. He doesn't hate them for the fact that they're human, that they're part of the Leaf Village. He just simply hates them because they're Minato's children. Because he thinks that Minato is trying to get between his dad, Orochimaru, and Kushina. So, because that's the lie that Orochimaru has planted in his son's head. And Naruto, he wants to gain the Nine Tails power, so that way he can properly have, excuse me. So this way he can have control over the Nine Tails. However, in order for him to gain control over the Nine Tails, he's going to have to gain their trust, so when they finally fully, completely trust him, they won't be, they won't see him basically coming to stab them in the back. Now, the brothers have the yang half. No, the brothers have the yin half, and the sisters have the yang half. So anyway, what this means is that Naruto, he's going to be going after the brothers first because, well, I'll tell you guys why here in a minute. Now, right, let's see where we last left off. Oh yeah, so Orochimaru was basically training Naruto and injecting him with some different clans' DNA and giving him some pretty good KK Genkais. Now, but Naruto, he's been mainly taking most of Jugo's KK Genkai. Now, he's not really pumping it into himself, he's actually pumping it into the curse mark, so this way it can really, guys, he's really not going to be using the curse mark. The only reason why he has the curse mark is so this way it can gather more natural energy. Nature energy. Or chakra, whatever you want to call it. So this way, he doesn't have to just sit still and gather nature energy. He can just be on the move, and the curse mark gathers all the nature energy for him. So this way he'll be able to easily enter into Sage mode whenever he feels like it. And Naruto is actually, he's like freaking smart. If I had to probably give him an estimate of how smart he was, I'd probably say he's about, I don't want to say Sosuke level. I don't want to say Aizen or Madara level, but I'd probably say about, I'd probably give him like Tony Stark level genius. So, which isn't bad. I mean, considering, how we all know how smart Tony Stark is, but anyway, that's about his genius. And he's also a master manipulator, so he's, very good at lying, deceiving people, and yeah. Naruto, he also, he has all 5 of the Sound Ninja 5, their DNA inside of him. He has Suigetsu's special, he has his DNA inside of him. So this way it can, so he can, do that little snake shedding substitution jutsu, or being able to, liquefy your butt, something like that. I don't know. I have to where you look at the information I got here. Now, oh yeah, so if I forgot to tell you guys, he did go to Ryuchi Cave, and the big gigantic white snake sage um, bit him and injected all of the sage chakra for him to learn Dragon Sage mode. Now, Naruto, he knows that the best way for him to get on the level of the tailed beast, which he's already past that level once he masters perfect sage mode, considering nature energy is like the one big weakness to everything. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, even Itachi and Sasuke, like, the only reason why they won is because they were with each other. But if they were doing like a one-on-one fight, it has been proven that, neither one of them would have won that fight if they were just fighting solo. But since they were both there, that's the reason why they won, and also plot convenience. So yeah. But anyway, Naruto, he has let's see, yeah, he has all the 5 sound ninjas inside of him. He also has Jugo's KK Genkai, the curse mark, which gathers nature energy for him while he's on the move. And I'm gonna give him the purple lightning, which is like if you guys have seen Boruto, you guys know what I'm talking about. Which that stuff is like very powerful, so you get hit with that, you're screwed. But anyway, he can also do. If you guys can think of any other KK Genkais you want me to give him, I can. But obviously he's going to get a dojutsu of some kind. But I'll get into that later. And here's what I'm going to mean by that. Hold on. So, anyway, this is when Naruto and Orochimaru's plan come into fruition. Now, Naruto, he'll learn perfect Dragon Sage mode whenever he once he masters when he gets to perfect Sage mode, Dragon Sage mode, he'll master it, and he'll be like on a very different level than everybody else. Oh yeah, he can also do Kabuto's chakra dissection blades. So yeah, but Orochimaru and turn that off. All right. So anyway, Orochimaru and Naruto say, all right. Orochimaru says, all right, Naruto, in order for this to be believable, I'm gonna have to rough you up a little bit. And Naruto says, yeah, do what you have to. And he says, all right. And this is when he would rough him up to the point to where it looked like, Naruto was trying to escape from Orochimaru. And of course, to make it look believable, to make their story believable. So Naruto, he's like running away. He's like pretending to be out of breath, but really he's not. But he's pretending to be out of breath. But he arrives to the Uzumaki house, and he knocks on the door, and of course Naruto hears a voice, and it's a woman's voice, and of course okay, alright, it's obviously Kushina's voice. She says, hold on 1 minute, and then of course she opens up the door and sees and Naruto, of course, he leans forward so that that way it looks like he's falling down, and of course Kushina catches him, and she says, hey, are you alright? And she's like, and of course she brings him into the house and lays him down on the couch, to treat his wounds. And of course around this time the kids, they are they're in the school. God dang it! Why am I? All right. But Naruto, he opens up his eyes. He's like, where am I? And then Kushina says, "Oh, you're up. Uh, hey, are you okay? You were like really banged up." And Naruto says, and of course he's putting on an acting face, but he says, he's like, is he still here? Is he still following me? Is he still chasing after me? And she says, who's still chasing after you? And he says, Orochimaru. And she's like, wait, Orochimaru? You mean you escaped from Orochimaru? And this is when Naruto, kind of lets out the big, well, it's not really a secret, but she doesn't know because it's been so long since she last saw her firstborn son, and so long. He says, yeah, I was trying to get back to you. And she says, me? And then she says, wait. And she says, wait, are you? Naruto says, yeah. I'm your son. And she says, wait, you're yeah, I'm your firstborn. And she says, oh my god, how did you escape? And Naruto says, there was a changing of guards, and well, one of them was running late, so I was able to get out of my cell and make a run for it, but unfortunately Orochimaru kind of father predicted that. And she said, well, you must have endured a lot. He said, and then of course this is when Naruto said he was a freaking psychopath, constantly doing experiments on me, trying to. And she says, how despicable, even though that you're his own child, it seems like even you weren't even safe from his experiments. Naruto says, yeah, hope I don't ever have to see him again. Now obviously Naruto's lying, because believe it or not, like I said, Orochimaru actually cares about Naruto in his own weird way. Well, not like weird, but it's like he just has a weird way of showing it. That's all I'm saying. And she says, oh, well, she says, wait, do you know that you have a brothers and sisters? And of course Naruto, he's pretending. He's like, no, I don't. He's like, wait, I do? And she said, yeah. Of course, then she remembers Minato, and he passed away and stuff. And she just kind of shrugs it off. And of course, she shows Naruto a picture of what they all look like. And then, of course, Naruto sees Minato's face, and he's like, and of course he's obviously not showing it out on the outside. Otherwise, kind of get a little bit suspicious. But inside, he's like frowning. He's like, really? But anyway, Naruto says, so where are they? And Kushina says, oh, well, you see, they're at school. And wait, oh, maybe I should tell the third Hokage that you're back. And then Naruto says, well, he doesn't say it out loud, but he's thinking inside of his head. He says, good, the closer I can get to the third Hokage, the quicker I can get more information. Now, of course, let's just say that this is the beginning of that school year. So, like, they still have, like, one whole year before they graduate and become ninjas. And I'm going to say that his siblings are around his age. Same age, but, it just took a little while for them to, But anyway, this is when Naruto says, yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. And of course, Kushina brings Naruto to the third Hokage, and of course Naruto's looking around the village. He says, So these are the parasites that kept on interrupting my father's work, huh? Now, he's saying it in his head. He's not saying it out loud. And he says, however, it seems like there's some kind of a, somewhat of a beautiful thing going on here. But he says, no matter. But then this is when Naruto says out loud, he says, wow, it's so... Is there like a festival going on today? And she says, oh no, why would you say... And then she remembers that, being with Orochimaru, probably never went outside a lot. Which is not true considering they were always on the move. And she says, oh no, this is just how it normally looks and sounds like. And Naruto says, so it's not a festival? And she says, nope, not a festival. And Kushina, she says, what do you like to eat? And Naruto, he says, you guys got any barbecue or ramen? And she says, yes to both. Kushina, she says yes to both. And Naruto, he says, how about some ramen? And Kushina says, you really are my son. And of course everybody's, looking at, Naruto and Kushina, and they're giving Kushina giving Naruto weird looks, saying, who is that, And of course Naruto and Kushina, they're both eating ramen, and the ramen guy says, so, Kushina, who's this kid? And then this is when Kushina says, oh, this is my oldest. And the ramen guy say, wait, what? And, Naruto, he doesn't really care, so he just continues eating his ramen. And the ramen guy says, hey, how come you never brought him here before? And Kushina says, oh, well, it's kind of a long story, but I'll tell you later. And he says, all right, tell me all the juicy details, Anyway, Naruto and Kushina make it to the third Hokage office. And of course, Hiruzen says, come in. And of course, Kushina and Naruto walk in, and Hiruzen says, Kushina, and I'm sorry, who are you? And Kushina says, oh, come on, third Hokage, you don't notice the similarities? And then Hiruzen's like, he got kind of like that question mark above his head. He's like, no. And then he actually starts looking closer and sees that, he kind of looks like Kushina, but at the same time, he looks like Orochimaru. He says, wait, is that... And Kushina says, yep, my firstborn son. And he's like, wait, how did you... And Naruto explains the same story that he told Kushina. Of course, making sure he didn't leave out any, details, or otherwise, kind of pick up, like, hey, your story isn't matching with what you told me, But he makes sure that he tells everything. And of course, Hiruzen says, so it seems like even his own son wasn't safe from his psychopathic experiments. And he says, never mind. He said, can you give out any of his locations? Now, of course, Naruto has to, of course, he doesn't want to give off any locations, so he's like, actually, I really don't know. That was the first time I've ever left outside, And Hiruzen says, well, I guess that makes sense. Probably wanted to keep you under wraps. And he says, well, alright, I won't press you anymore. He said, I'm pretty sure you just want to forget about that entire experience. And then Naruto says, hey, you think I could possibly join the Ninja Academy? And Hiruzen says, well, are you sure? Because I don't want you to feel like you're being. And Kushina says, are you sure, Naruto? That can just always wait. You can always just wait. And Naruto says, no, I think it's better if I just have something to focus my mind on, take my mind off of that. And Hiruzen says, well, everybody has their own different coping mechanisms. Seems like yours is to stay busy and make sure you don't think on it too much. Well, okay, when do you want to start? And Naruto says, how about tomorrow if possible? And of course he says, alright, I'll put in. So, oh yeah, what's your name, by the way? And this is when Naruto just says, oh, Naruto. And I guess I can just use my mom's last name, Uzumaki. And he says, alright, Naruto Uzumaki. Alright. So, this is when Naruto's like, okay, I'm kind of want to just go home. And he says, wait, hey mom, before we go home, do you think we can take a look at the academy, see where I'm going? And she says, well, yeah, sure. And of course, Kushina takes Naruto to the academy. And of course, when you know it, school's about to let out. So, the bell rings, and of course, all the, everybody starts coming out. Sasuke, Sakura, and I just finally decided to name the four siblings. So the two boys are named excuse me. All right. So the other the oldest boy is named Tatsuya. The younger brother is Natsu. The eldest daughter is excuse me. I had her name right here, and where was it? Screw it, I'm gonna call her Kairi. Alright. And the youngest sister is screw it, I'm gonna call her Yuna. Alright, so Tatsuya, Kairi, Yuna, and what did I just call it? The youngest brother's name? Oh my god, really? Okay, I'm probably gonna have to give him something easily I can remember. Just call him. Hold on. Alright, so the youngest brother is Rentaro. So it's Tatsuya, Rentaro, Kairi, and Yuna. So those are the other siblings. And of course, Sasuke, Sakura, and all of them come walking out. Of course, it was like the first day of school, so, they really didn't do any much work, just basically going over what they did last year. And of course, everybody's looking at, at Naruto, and they're like, and of course, the siblings are like, hey, mom, and who's this? And Kushina says, oh, I'll explain it to you when we all get home. But Kushina says, well, just to make a long story short, he's your older brother, the your oldest brother and my firstborn son. And they're like, wait, what? How come you never told us about him? And Kushina says, well, to be honest, because I didn't know when I'd possibly be able to see him again. So, of course, Sasuke and Sakura, Sasuke, he's being emo, so he's just like, huh. And then Naruto just kind of looks at Sasuke and he says, so, you're the Uchiha kid, huh? And Sasuke's like, huh? What do you... He's like, how do you know me? I've never seen you before in my life. And Naruto says, well, I've never seen you, but I've heard about you. And I've also seen that symbol before. And he says, oh yeah? He says, do you want to go? And then Naruto says, well, I would like to fight you, don't get me wrong. Right now I'm just kind of tired and I kind of just want to go home. And he says, that's what I thought. And there's this one word you don't say around Naruto, because he'll automatically get triggered. Like how triggered? Like, have you guys ever seen a military man get PTSD? Yeah, it's like that. So he just kind of gets like, he doesn't like being called weak. He hates being called weak. That's like the one word you don't say around it. That's like his N-word. You don't say that word around him. If you say weak, if you call him weak, oh, you're getting effed up. That's all I'm saying. You're getting effed up. I don't know what else you want me to say. You're getting effed up. He says, I guess you're weak just like everybody else. And then this is when Naruto's, expression went from smile to like a serious look. He's like, who are you calling weak? And of course, Kushina says, hey, Naruto, you alright? And then Naruto says, what did he just call me? And everybody's like, he's always like that. He calls everybody weak. He's like, well, I'm not everybody. And now, of course, this is when he just like... Now, Naruto was already pretty fast for... His speed was already like on that of Jonin level, so... He's like already right behind Sasuke, and he's like, who you calling weak when you can't even keep up with me? And then this is when he just like leg sweeps him, and then kicks him in the back. He's like, first of all, don't ever call me weak. You are weaker than me. How do you... And then this is when he just starts kind of... He's like, next time you ever do anything like that again, I'll bust my foot across your face. Got it? And he's like, how? He's like, This is when Sasuke just kind of does like a, he kind of, flips off the ground. And then he's like getting into his fighting stance. He's like, do you really want to go against me? And of course, all the fangirls are like saying, mop the floor with him, Sasuke, including his sisters, because his sisters are also in love with Sasuke. So yeah, basically all the girls are fangirling over him. And all the guys are like, really? What's so special about him? And anyway, he's like, Sasuke starts weaving hand signs. He's like, fire style, fireball jutsu. And of course, everybody's like, Sasuke, don't do that. And then Naruto says, wind style, wind scythe jutsu. And then this is when he, he waves his hand, and of course, wind comes out. And of course, slices the fireball in half. And of course, Sasuke has to jump, because if he doesn't, well, let's just say this, it's like the Destructo disc. And so he jumps up and he dodges it. He's like, so he's a wind nature, huh? Wait, doesn't that just amplify mine? He says, yeah, it's true. Wind does amplify it. It does amplify fire when it's working in cognition with it. However, if it's going against the fire, that's another story. This is when Naruto says, fire style, dragon flame bomb. And of course, he does a fire style, and people are surprised. He says, wait, like the Chunin, the Jonin, they're just like surprised that, somebody who's not even a Genin or a ninja can do two high-level chakra natures. He says, lightning style. Snake lightning. And of course, lightning starts to appear, and it takes on the form of a snake, and it charges at Sasuke, and people are saying, wait, 3 chakra natures? And he says, water style. Water dragon jutsu. And of course, they see him basically perform all the 5 chakra natures, and of course, everybody's like, whoa, he must be, one of them geniuses. And Kushina, she's like surprised. She's like, so this must have been some of the experiments that Orochimaru was doing on him. So he can use all 5 chakra natures. Now, of course, she's thinking in her head, but she's like surprised that, that her son's just so overwhelmingly strong and that he's so fast. Like, on the level. No, it's not like on the level of Minato. Well, not yet, anyways. But anyway, Naruto says, let that be a lesson to you. If you can't even keep up with me, then you have no right to call yourself strong. Got it? And he just basically throws Sasuke onto the ground. And of course, Sasuke, he's like, he's just shocked that, somebody put him in his place. So all the girls are kind of like, wait, did Sasuke just lose? And all the guys are like, okay, that guy's going to be my new best friend. Because he finally shut up all the girls, though. All the girls, they're in disbelief that, Sasuke lost, because they thought, Sasuke could never lose. And, well, Naruto just put him in his place. He's like, bruh, you ain't nothing. Sit back down. Well, actually, no, the guys are just like, they don't want to be like his best friend. They're like, okay, just remind me not to take him off, because he'd probably pwn my butt. So, anyway, they get home. Kushina explains to Tatsuya, Rentaro, and Kairi and Yuna about, what happened on the day of Naruto's birth and what's happened to him over the 12 years. And they're like, whoa, that's effed up. Like really effed up. But no, for real. Naruto says, so you're my younger siblings, huh? And he says, so Tatsuya, Rentaro, Kairi, and Yuna, right? And they're like, yep. And Naruto's like, huh. Why are they all so happy? Oh, well. And of course, Kushina says so. They say, so starting tomorrow, Kushina, she says, starting tomorrow, Naruto is going to be joining the Ninja Academy. And of course, they're like, well, we'll have a seat right for you, bro. And then, of course, then this is when they all just ask him, including Kushina, said, so how did you get that strong? And Naruto says, oh, well, I was experimented on. That's how I got that strong. And of course, Kushina's like, oh, so, all right, kind of like, trying to change the subject so that way, because Naruto's like, he's playing them like a fiddle. He's like easily tricking them. Now, he's not, like, he hasn't gained the full trust because they still don't know that much about him yet, so, yeah. But anyway, moving on. It's in the middle of the night, and then, of course, Naruto does like a little summoning jutsu with the snake, and it's like a snake that gives information. He says, all right, report this back to my father. And of course, the snake takes it in the mouth, and he says, reverse summon. And of course, the little baby white snake goes and poofs right back to Orochimaru, and of course, Orochimaru reads it, and he's like, that's my boy. Now, of course, you know what? I think this is a good spot to leave this here, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, and we'll get into part 3, where I'm going to actually do time skip and just hurry up and get Naruto promoted to a genin already. So that way we can just, hurry up and enjoy the story. But anyway, Naruto. God dang it! What I was about to. Leave a like, comment down below. Tell me what you guys thought about the video. Subscribe. Turn that bell notification on so that way you guys can stay posted on all of my awesome content. And don't forget to share this video with all your friends on your social media platforms. And most of all, guys, have a great Thanksgiving. See you guys later. Adios, mi amigos.